My Rochester Veterans Writing Group had a Zoom celebration for Veterans Day. I shared some memories and lessons I learned from 4 men who have passed through the group. Jim is a Vietnam vet who attended the group for a few months in 2015. I wrote down one of his sayings: out of the worst extreme can come the best outcome. His point was, sometimes when you think you are at the end of your road, or you are forced to change lanes in life, a new way you wouldn't have found had you not been forced to emerges, and it's astonishingly better. He also talked about a frozen need, which I had never heard about. He explained it as a need that was never met in your early life and how it affects the rest of your days. Examining and applying that statement to myself has helped me understand some of my idiosyncrasies. Mike Hill was also a Vietnam vet. He presented great prompts. Some are included in our book, United in Service, United in Sacrifice. During one of our group's Veterans Day potluck evenings, he chose to read a long science fiction story he had written. Trouble was, he read it all in a monotone. He then asked if he could read another and heard a resounding group no. It didn't seem to bother him. We didn't intend to be mean. The following year, he went to the podium and said, "I understand I have a time limit." He died of a heart attack a couple of years ago. His was the first funeral we attended as a family. Kurt was a World War II vet and world-renowned abstract artist. 4 years back, Kurt and I were the only ones in the room with one other individual who was spouting off about an upcoming election. We agreed with what he was saying, but his cursing and yelling put us both off. Kurt, at the age of 91, slammed his hand on the table and shouted, "Will you stop?" The person shouted back he had his rights and continued to carry on. I shouted at him. He was dragging down the group with his negativity. He did finally shut up when another member arrived, and he didn't attend any more of our meetings after that. A few months later, as Kurt and I walked into the meeting building together, he took my hand and quietly said, "We haven't seen our friend lately." I said, "No, we haven't. I didn't feel safe sharing my thoughts in front of him, so thank you." We chuckled because we shared a secret and were thankful together. We lost Kurt last fall at the age of 94 and couldn't have his memorial service this spring because of COVID. We did do it on Zoom. Bob Whelan, another World War II vet, said at the second or third meeting he attended, "Survive on each other's experiences by going back and touching them together. Heal by forgiving and continuing to serve." The group shared their memories about Bob at our last meeting because he passed on November 4th at the age of 95 after being sick only 8 days. One lesson I learned from him was it's good to make others laugh, even at your own expense. So I want to share with you what happened to me during a recent Zoom experience. I moved away from the computer to get a glass of water, and suddenly the urge to pass gas was prevalent. Luckily, I was thinking on my feet. I realized my behind was aimed at my laptop microphone, and I said to myself, I never know if that action will be a quiet or a "wow, grandma," as my grandson said when he was about 3. So I better not do that right now. That is all.